Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have a lot of book recs to share for sports romances. I read a lot of sports romances, mainly hockey, and I thought I should share my favorite ones. So I'm gonna start off with hockey just because that's what I have the most recs for. I'm gonna start off with one of my absolute favorite hockey romance series ever, which is the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. I only have the first two books, but I have read the first four. So the first book is The Deal, which is about Garrett and Hannah. This whole entire series is an interconnected standalone series, so every book is a different couple. So we start off with The Deal, which is Garrett and Hannah. Garrett is the captain of the hockey team. Hannah, she wants to be a singer-songwriter, and basically Garrett is like this famous dude on campus because he's the hockey captain, and he's failing like class, but Hannah is acing the class, and he asks Hannah for help to pass the class, and they end up becoming friends. But then Hannah's like interested in this football dude, so Garrett tries to help her get his attention, and eventually they find out that they like each other. But this is one of my favorite books ever. I've read this like 5 times already. I just love this book so much. Garrett and Hannah are my OGs. I love them so much. The next book in the series is The Mistake, which is Logan and Grace's book. And in this book, basically one night Logan accidentally goes into Grace's room by accident, and they end up having like a movie night, and then they become sort of friends. But this book was really good. There's a lot of groveling in this book, which I loved so much. This is my second favorite book in the series after Garrett and Hannah's book. But this book was so cute. I literally love Logan and Grace. Grace is literally just a cutie pie. Like, this book was so good too, and I just have so much love for this series. The next book is The Score, which is Allie and Dean's book. So Allie and Dean, it's kind of like a secret relationship because they hide it from their friends, because Allie is Hannah's roommate and then Dean is like this playboy, but they end up hanging out because everyone else leaves town, and then Allie just got broken up by her boyfriend, and so she has like no one to keep her company. So then Dean is like, I'll keep her company. So they end up like spending like the night together, like in the boys' house. This book was okay. Honestly, it's not my favorite. This is my least favorite book out of the series, like my least favorite couple, because Dean does pretty questionable things. This one I would say is like the saddest book so far, because like if you read it you would know that something really sad happens. But I love Allie. She's such a girl boss, but Dean not so much. He's okay, but not my favorite. But that's The Score. The next book is The Goal, which is Tucker and Sabrina's book. They start off as friends as well. Sabrina is like very studious. She's like very focused on school. Tucker is more playful, you would say, but they end up becoming friends, and she gets pregnant, and so then they have like the pregnancy, but they're not actually dating. They're just friends throughout the whole time, but they end up learning that they do have feelings for each other. Compared to the other ones, I feel like this one was more wholesome and like realistic, I guess. But then the last book is The Legacy, which is like a wrap-up book of the whole series. It has the perspectives from every single character. I'm currently like halfway through the book, and I'm currently enjoying it. I also wanted to talk about another series from Elle Kennedy, which is The Graham Effect. This is a new series. The Graham Effect just came out, and this is Garrett and Hannah's child, bro. It's Gigi, their daughter, and I need to read that right away. I have not read it yet, but I've heard only good things. I need to read it. I need to read it because I need to see more of them. But that's the first series, or first couple books that I'm recommending. The next book I'm recommending is Collide by Bal Cabra. I really don't know how to say this author's name, but this is another hockey book. This is between Summer and Aiden. Aiden is also the captain of the hockey team, and Summer is trying to get into this program at her school. And this book reminds me of The Deal a lot, because they're like forced to work together. In order for Summer's advisor to approve application or whatever, she has to apply it to hockey, and she absolutely like despises hockey and hockey players. Aiden gets in trouble, and his punishment is to help Summer with her project, so they're kind of forced proximity because they have to keep spending a lot of time together. And it's also friends to lovers, because they're not actually friends in the beginning, but they have like a friendship kind of vibe, and then they like end up liking each other. But it's also like boy falls first, like golden retriever and black cat. Like, Summer is very like focused, and then Aiden is very playful, and she's like always focused on work, and he just wants to like have fun, you know. But he's such a golden retriever. Like, he'll do anything for Summer, and it's just so cute. Like, he literally would do anything for her, and I really enjoyed this book. It was so cute. It reminded me of The Deal. Like, I don't know, it just gave similar vibes, but I definitely recommend it. It's super good. I know it just came out recently, but I definitely think you should read it. The next book I'm recommending is Behind the Net by Stephanie Archer. This is also another newish book. I think I read this in September September or October. This book is about Jamie and Pippa. So basically they knew each other in high school but never talked because Jamie is like this hockey player and then Pippa is just like the singer songwriter. Eventually, years later, like once they're like in their careers and stuff, Jamie's looking for an assistant. Pippa ends up getting the job. So then Pippa like has to like live with him. So basically Jamie is looking for an assistant and then Pippa, she just broken up with by her long-term boyfriend, and then she ends up getting the job, and then she realizes that it's for this dude that she had the hugest crush on back in high school, and she doesn't think he ever noticed her or anything, but then she ends up working for him, but then like they end up, you know, re-meeting, and it's just really cute. It's a really cute, comfy read. This has forced proximity, like it's sunshine, I believe. Like they're both very sunshiny with each other at least. It's categorized as slow burn, but this is more insta love. We do get both of their point of views, and right away they both explain how they remember each other and how they always liked each other. But I just thought it was a really comfy, cute read. Like if you're just in the mood for a nice romance book that, you know, is kind of predictable but still cute, I definitely recommend this one. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. I read it in just a couple days. It was just really, really good and fast paced. The next book I am recommending is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I am sure you have heard of this book before because it went like viral on TikTok and Instagram, but this is about Nate and Anastasia. Nate is a hockey player. I'm pretty sure he's the captain. And then Stassi is a figure skater, and it's kind of forced proximity and reverts Grumpy Sunshine because she is really like, you know, headstrong and she's very focused. And then Nate is just a golden retriever, so it's another golden retriever black cat scenario, but they're like forced proximity because something happens where the hockey's ice rink gets broken down, so the hockey players have to use the figure skating rink, and so then they have to like make schedules to like make it work. The moment that Nate meets Stas, he literally like is head over heels, like he's literally in love, and then she's obviously like no, because you know she doesn't want to date him, but then they end up like hanging out more, like the forced proximity, and it's just so good. Like it's kind of slow burn and kind of not, but then also there's a point where he like helps her with the ice skating, and it's just so cute. I really love this book. Some people really hated it, but I thought it was really good. Like I enjoyed it a lot. And then I recently read the second book in that series, which is Wildfire. This just came out a couple months ago. This is the second book in the Maple Hill series. This is about Russ and Aurora. So Russ is a hockey player, and then Aurora is just some random girl, you know? But basically, they meet at a party. They meet and they have like a really good time. But then like they end up just like never talking. But then the next day when they both end up volunteering at this camp, and so then they meet each other again, and then they're like on the same team and everything. And it's just a really cute read. Like this is just really cute. Like no, you don't have to put like any thought or anything into this book. Like you can just read it and have a good time. And this was really good. They're both kind of sunshiny. She kind of reminds me of Grace from The Mistake. Kind of reminds me of Logan, but it's just really cute how nice Russ is. Like he's such a gentleman. And then Aurora, she's just the cutest person ever. She's super bubbly and she's super nice. But then it also talks about some like family problems too. So I just thought it was a really good book. I read this one in just a couple days as well, but I definitely recommend it. It was just super good. The next hockey book I'm recommending is Consider Me by Becca Mack. This is the first book in the Playing for Keeps series. This is the cover-to-cover special edition, so it's a hardcover and it's signed and everything. I know a lot of people had mixed opinions on this one as well, but I also really enjoyed this one. Like I just thought it was really, really cute, that it was just really comfy, you know? Like it just was everything like that I needed. It's like when you want to just have when you just want to watch a good romance movie and you just go to that like basic one that you always watch. This is what it felt like. It just felt really, really comfy to read. This is about Carter and Olivia. I'm pretty sure Carter is also the hockey captain of his team. And then they meet in a bar, I believe. Like he just sees Olivia sitting at the bar and he decides to like make a move, but she shuts him down, like she rejects him, and then they keep running into each other and she keeps rejecting him, but then eventually she says yes. They like hang out and stuff. I just felt like it was just a nice and easy read, like just a simple read, you know? It was really good. I feel like it was kind of stretched out. I get why some people say that they didn't really like it, just because I feel like the middle part was kind of stretched out. The ending kind of irritated me because I just felt like there was no need for an ending like that. Like the plot twist, whatever, third act breakup, whatever, just felt like there was no need for that, but besides that, I thought it was cute. The other books are Play With Me and Unravel Me. I hear that Unravel Me is really, really good, and I'm gonna get to those. That's just like the other teammates, I believe. I really thought this book was good, so I definitely recommend it. The next book I'm recommending is the first book in the Windy Cities series, which is Mile High. This is Xander's and Stevie's book. So Stevie is like this flight attendant, and Xander's is on the hockey team, and basically she's a flight attendant for their private jet, so it's kind of forced proximity. It's kind of forbidden love because like it's like a rule that she can't fraternize with the hockey players. But I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was also very cute. I keep saying that these books are cute, but they really are. It talked about like body image. Like, I thought that was really good. I feel like they're just really fit for each other, like Stevie and Xander's, and I literally love Xander's so much. But Stevie's just also the cutest character ever. She's just so sweet and loving, and I loved reading this book so much. I know that the third book just came out. The second book is Basketball. It's Ryan, which is Stevie's brother, and then Indy, which is Stevie's co-worker. I heard that that one was really good. I haven't started it yet, but I've been wanting to. And the third book just came out, which is Caught Up, which is baseball, I believe. I don't know who the characters are, but I hear that's really good. But I'm trying to start those soon. Moving on to my other category, so this is just all the other sports. First off, we have The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I love this book so much. This is one of my favorite books. I know it's kind of thick, but I read this in just a couple days. It was so good. So basically, this is about Vanessa and Aiden. This is kind of similar to Behind the Net because basically Aiden had an assistant, which was Vanessa, and then she ends up quitting just because Aiden like treats her terribly. Like, it's really, really bad. Like, he like doesn't care about her at all, and he's like always like giving her attitude, so she quits. And then he ends up coming to her doorstep and he's like, will you marry me? It's marriage of convenience, because if he does not get married, he gets sent back to Canada, and he doesn't want that because he's like, you know, playing football in the US. He tries to convince Vanessa to marry him, and eventually she says yes, so then she has to like move in, so it's forced proximity. And then it's also slow burn. I just enjoy this book so much. Like, I don't know what Mariana Zapata puts in her books, but like she has to be putting some type of drug because I always eat her books up. But this was really cute. I think this is my favorite book by her. There were just some really, really good scenes in here. Like, you can really tell that Aiden cares for her so much, and Vanessa, I just love her. She's so cute. But Aiden, he's like my number one. Like, you have to read this. This was just so good. I ate this up real fast. Like, but this was so good. One of my top recommendations, but it's just so amazing. Then the next book I'm recommending is Colty, which is also by Mariana Zapata. This is between Sal and Rainer. I don't really know how to say his name, but basically Sal plays soccer. She's like on this team, and then they get a new coach or assistant coach or second coach, whatever, another coach, which is Rainer. He is like this famous soccer player. He's retired. Also, Sal has had a crush on him ever since she was like a little girl. Like, he is her idol. Like, she's always looked up to him, and then he becomes their coach, but then it turns out that he's like this grumpy, mean dude that like doesn't talk to anybody. But then eventually they like start hanging out because he like needed a ride and Sal gave him a ride, and then they just started hanging out. And this book is also slow burn and kind of forced proximity because, you know, he's like coaching her team. But this book was so good. I also thought this was like really cute. I think this is my second favorite book from her. I've only read 3, but this is my second favorite. I just thought it was really, really cute. This one also just had me like giggling and kicking my feet. Like Mariana Zapata just writes really good books. I heard some people don't like this book, and I honestly don't know why, but I love this book. It was just too good. Okay, the next book is also by Mariana Zapata. This is From Look Off With Love. I'm sure you've heard of it. This is also very popular on TikTok and Instagram. This is ice skating. This is between Jasmine and Ivan. They have to like partner up. It's either she like does the pair skating or she becomes like a coach, and then Ivan just lost his partner, so he needs a new one, and he asks her to do it. And it's kind of like grumpy. Well, not really. He's only grumpy with her, but she's like grumpy with everyone. She just has other priorities. Like, she doesn't have time to be dealing with other people. She comes off as like really grumpy, mean, and rude and stuff. But this book was really cute. This is also slow burn, but I love this book. This was the first book I read by Mariana Zapata. It was really good. It's forced proximity, slow burn, similar to her other ones. I just loved how Ivan was like always there for her and stuff, and this was so cute. I still remember reading this for the first time. It was just so adorable. I definitely recommend it. I'm sure you've heard of it, but it's really good. Okay, the next series I am recommending is the Boys of Tommen series. This is rugby. This has 4 books right now, but the 5th book is coming next year. So the first 2 books are Binding and Keeping 13, which is Johnny and Shannon's books. The next 2 books is Joey and Aoife's books, which is Saving 6 and Redeeming 6. And then the next book that's coming is Claire and Gypsy's, which is Taming 7. This series is like super like sad and heartbreaking, and it literally tore up my heart, but it's so good. I'm sure you've also heard of this. The first 2 books are Johnny and Shannon. So Shannon ends up going to like this other school, like this fancy school, where she meets Johnny, and he like accidentally hits her in the head with a rugby ball, but she had to like move schools because she was getting bullied. So Johnny like decided to become her like protector and make sure that she was like staying out of harm's way, but then they end up like falling in love. It was really cute. I love Johnny and Shannon so much. Like they have like the cutest story ever. And then Joey and Aoife's books, it's like starts when they're like in middle school to when they're like seniors and stuff. I think Joey's books were just a lot more heartbreaking just because we already read it from Shannon's point of view, but reading it from Joey's point of view was just like 10 times harder because he's like the oldest of the family, and so he has so much more responsibilities. But I really just love the series because it's like found family. It also talks about a lot of issues, and I just feel like it's just a really good series. It's like really cute and fluffy and romancy, and then it's also like super like serious, you know, deep. And I just thought it was like really good. I can see why everyone was going crazy about it because it really is just super good. And then the second to last series I'm going to talk about is the Dirty Air series by Lauren Ash. I also only have the first 2 books for this one. So the first book is Throttled. This series is also interconnected standalone, so every book is another couple, which is like pretty much all the series that I talked about. But Throttled is about Maya and Noah. This is also Forbidden Love, Forced Proximity. It's also Brothers Rival, which is crazy, but I'm sure you've heard of this series too. It's also very popular. I didn't mention this is F1 racing, but Maya decides to go with her brother and just like go to all of the races, and she's also very into like video editing, you know, like filming stuff. So she like has a whole channel that she films about. But then there's Noah, and he is her brother's rival, but then they end up becoming teammates. So then Noah and the brother are like on the same team, and it's Forbidden Love because, well, he's like the rival, and then also the parents like wouldn't want that. But this book was so good. I also just really loved it so much. I feel like not a lot of people talk about it, even though it's well known. Like I don't really hear much about it, but this was just really good, really cute. But I really just loved how you can tell that they really care for each other. Like you can just tell how much they love each other. Then the next book in that series is Collided, which is Sophie and Liam's book. Liam is on a different team than Noah. Sophie is the daughter of their team captain, whoever's in charge of the team. She is his daughter, so it's also kind of Forbidden Love. And throughout the book, she's like told to stay away from him. But this one was also really cute. I definitely recommend it. I have not read the other 2 books, which is Wrecked and Redeemed. Everyone says that Redeemed is the best one, which is Santiago's book, which is Maya's brother. I hope I can finish the series soon because it's like long overdue. And the last series I'm going to talk about is the Chestnut Spring series. This is Cowboys, and I've only read the first book, which is Flawless. So this is about Summer and Rhett. So Rhett is the cowboy, and then Summer is the daughter of his PR manager, whatever. Basically, Rhett is like this very like not cares kind of guy. Like he just doesn't care, so he gives off like really bad publicity, and every time like he's like interviewed or something, he like does something really bad. So then Summer's dad puts her in charge of watching, basically being a babysitter, like making sure he doesn't do anything that could be bad for publicity. And so she has to like move in with him, so it's like forced proximity. It's also like grumpy sunshine because Summer is like obviously very sunshiny and Rhett is very grumpy, so they end up having to live together. But then she also has to go with him to any shows he has, so it's a lot of forced proximity. And I hear about this book so much from TikTok and Instagram as well, so I'm sure you've heard of it. But it was just a really cute fluffy read, and I enjoyed it a lot. I hope I can read the next few books soon, so I'm pretty sure the 5th one had just come out. The books in the series is Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, and then Hopeless, and I think Hopeless just came out. And I'm pretty sure it's like all of Rhett's family members. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on that, I'm pretty sure it's like his whole family, like each brother and the dad gets a book. But this book was like really good. Those are all my book recs. I hope you guys enjoyed and found some new books to read, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!